Welcome to section 1 of module 9, the persuasion funnel, building an emotional to logical buyer journey. So, most funnels teach you to start with logic and end with emotion. But like we've talked about before, real persuasion works the other way around: emotion, then logic. So, people decide emotionally and then they're going to justify logically, which means your funnel has to guide that emotional to logical progression. This is what I call the persuasion funnel. The persuasion funnel has three phases: emotional connection, belief formation, and logical confirmation. Let's break them down. Phase one: emotional connection, which is the heart stage. So, this is where trust begins. Your job here isn't to convince, it's to connect. Every piece of content in this phase should make your audience feel seen. You meet them in their frustration, desire, or curiosity, not with solutions, but with understanding. Here, the emotion you want to trigger is relatability, because when people feel understood, they relax their resistance. And I know that we've talked about this before. And think of this as the door open moment of persuasion. You're earning attention through empathy. Phase two: belief formation, which is the brain bridge. Once emotion opens the door, belief invites them inside. This is where you start shaping perception, giving context, clarity, and subtle logic that reinforces what they already feel. You're not dumping facts and just throwing a bunch of shit at them. You're building bridges. This is where frameworks, storytelling, and authority come into play. You help them move from "this feels right" to "this makes sense." Phase three: logical confirmation, which is the decision frame. Now the emotional groundwork has been laid and logic finally has permission to enter. This is where you show proof, structure, and clarity with testimonials, walkthroughs, or evidence that reinforces trust. At this point, your audience doesn't need to be convinced, they just need their emotional decision confirmed. When you build your system around this emotional to logical flow, persuasion stops feeling like selling. It feels like guidance, because the brain naturally moves in this order: feel, believe, decide. All you're doing is aligning your message with the brain's native sequence. That's how you scale trust, not by shouting louder, but by building emotional flow into your funnel itself.